Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 26. And I know this is going to come as a shock to you, but I may have made a slight mistake. A couple days ago, well, you'll recall when I got this temporary car that it has a small leak somewhere in the antifreeze reservoir. So every 15,000 miles or so, 10,000, 15,000 miles, I need to put some antifreeze in there. So yesterday, or a couple days ago, I checked it, and it was a little bit low, so I did the right thing and topped it off. No problem, that's all good. And then this morning I got an alert, and it was low. So I'm like, man, there must be some huge hole that developed or something. I don't understand why it's low all of a sudden. And I open up the hood, I look in, and I forgot to put the cap on. So instead of doing the right thing and topping it off and making sure it was okay, I actually made it so that it all escaped. No problem. I just put some coolant in there, right? Well, I ran out of coolant. So I'd already ordered new coolant. It will be here tomorrow. So I had to top it off with water. So not the greatest alternative. But what I'm going to do, I think, is after my first stop, all the auto parts stores should be open, and between my first and second stop, I'm going to stop at a auto parts store, buy some coolant, even though I should be okay till tomorrow anyway. And when I get home, I'm going to pull out some coolant out of the reservoir and replace it with pure coolant instead of coolant mixed with water, and that should be fine. So sometimes you try to do the right thing, but you're tired or something, and you don't think straight, and you actually make things worse. So no big deal there. For the week, I have no idea where we are. I'm pretty sure we're over our weekly goal. I have no idea where we are, where we were for the month of January, but I think we were right around where we needed to be to get our goal for January. More updates tomorrow on that. Today I decided to head to the same area that I was yesterday. Reason for that is that must hit by $5,000 jackpot. It's probably gone, but I think it's worth a shot. Plus, this area affords me more opportunities for blackjack and a lot of machines and things this direction. So I probably would have come this way tomorrow or Tuesday anyway, but I figured let's do it today and maybe have a chance at that must hit by jackpot. Today temperature is 36 degrees, so not worried about the car freezing because it's mostly coolant in there. It's just the overflow that I put about 16 ounces of water in, but just gotta keep an eye on my temperature for the car. This morning I have 3 meetings, which is my big pain in the butt today because I had things timed perfectly so that when I left the house, I would be at certain places at certain times. And luckily I had enough of a cushion that I'm still going to make it. And so the plan is going to be by the time I get to the first casino, I'll be wrapping up my first meeting. I'll have half an hour between my first and second meeting, and I will use that half hour to look at machines, look at the must hit by, and decide the rest of my day. The must hit by is there, that's what I'm doing. If it's not available anymore, then I'm using the next hour and a half of meetings to drive to my next casino, and by the time I get there, the meeting should be ending and I can go about my day. So that's the plan so far for this morning. I'm sure it'll change. But hopefully today is as good as yesterday was, and we can keep moving forward. So for now, I'm letting you go, and I'll be back shortly. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm still on my way here to the first casino, but I decided to run the numbers and see where I was for the week, because I thought I was hovering around plus 4,000 or 4,500, somewhere in there, near where my goal is for the week. But I'm actually ahead 7,000 for the week, 69.94 for the week. So very excellent. I definitely did get my goal for the month for January. 95% sure I got my goal for the month, and definitely for this week. I would love to just wrap up this week in a good way. 2 more days like yesterday would be incredible. But I had no idea. I used to sweat every single stop that I made and wanted to win at every single spot. I used to sweat every week, and then, now it's more like, how did I do for the month or longer? But I don't even really think about it. Sometimes it'll be the end of the day, and I know I had a good day, but I didn't know if I was ahead 2,000 or 3,000 or 500. I just know I did the right things for the day, and that's just a change of mindset, I guess, and definitely going in the right direction as far as mindset. But I just wanted to mention that I'm up 69.94 for the week so far. So still about an hour away from my first stop, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I'm back. Walked into this place and thought to myself, if someone already got the must hit by, it's already over. I'm not going to stress over it, and I'm not going to take my time to run over there and check it, because if someone wanted it, they would have taken it, and if they didn't take it, then it's still there. I'm going to go through my normal routine. So I start walking around. I find one play, make about $40 on it. Look around some more, find another play, break about even on it, and go look at the must hit by. And right now, technically, it is still a little bit off. It did go up about $6 since last night, but most people would start looking at it at this point. It's still not really there, but people would seriously consider it at this point. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on. I'm not going to play it right now. I'm going to go through my entire day, and then I'm going to swing by on the way home. And if it's still there, I'll play it. If it's not there, no big deal. So that's my plan for today. Hopefully, just like yesterday, $1 or $2 will be added to it, get me a little bit closer. If not, I'm not worried about it, because it's not really all the way there, and it is going to take a lot of time. I figured if I play it at the highest bet level, it's probably still going to take me 2 hours or more, maybe 3 hours to play it. So why do that? And I've got a certain EV at these other places. Why not go pick up that EV and then come back, and then this will be closer to being positive, or could be positive, or could be gone. But why play something that could be negative EV at this point when I don't have to, and I have other options? So that's what I'm going to do. So right now I'm moving on. I have a meeting starting in 13 minutes, and then I have right now I have over an hour drive, and I have an hour and a half of meetings, but one of them will probably be short, so probably won't spend all that time in the car on the meetings. I ended up leaving ahead $41, and we'll see what happens. Now it's light out. It's a beautiful day. Light clouds. The sun is out. 37 degrees. Everything is looking really beautiful. Finally, we needed this. So, if not just for feeling better, getting that vitamin D, and just having smiles on people's faces instead of the gloomy skies that we've had for so long. Letting you go for now. I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So I went in there and looked at a few slots. Didn't really find much. I was down about $7 on the slots when I went back to play some blackjack. Played blackjack for a little while. It was pretty dead back there. The shift was going to change soon, and in fact the dealer even told me, "Oh, thank God, you're almost back to even. I don't want you to be down when I leave." Just, I'm sure she's just fishing for tips. But anyway, by the time her shift did end, I was ahead, and I was leaving with her to end of a shoe plus $525. So plus $525, played a few more slots, and ended the slots ahead $108. So plus 525 on the blackjack, plus 108 on the slots. And I don't think it has snowed in this area in a long time, but I'm still seeing gigantic mounds of snow piled up on the edges of the parking lot. So they must have had a lot of snow in the last couple of weeks. But right now, the goal is to check in with work, make sure everything is good, move on to another casino, and try to keep adding on to this. So I would love to make another 1,500 to 2,000 today. Who knows if that's going to happen or not, but we're going to keep our chin up and do all the right things. I want to mention something that a listener had asked me for, and actually I have been working on it. I'm not done yet, but hopefully in the next week or two I will release it. He asked me for a 10 commandments of advantage play. So if you have any input on that, I'm happy to listen to it. Otherwise, I've got most of it already figured out, I think. Just trying to figure out what order I want to put things in and fine-tune things a little bit. I don't want to go overboard and make it super long, but I think top 10 is good, and maybe just a short one sentence, maybe two sentences about each of them would be good. And maybe I'll publish that on YouTube or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even work with YouTube. I set it up there. I don't know how to advertise it. I don't know how to get the word out. I don't know any of that stuff, but I'm doing this mainly for helping my friends and an outlet for myself. So anyway, letting you go for now as I see a major accident on the highway, and I'll be back to update you after the next spot. All right, guys, I am back. I go into this place, look around, see 0 slots. Well, I mean, it makes sense in this place at this time. And go to the high limit room, play some blackjack. Walk in, 2 tables open. One of them is occupied, and the other one has no one on it, but it's about a third of the way through the shoe. So I didn't want to sit down quite yet, and they normally will fan the cards out after a few minutes. So in the meantime, I watched a little bit of Baccarat, and I'm sitting there watching, and I'm looking at the screen. You know, it keeps track of the previous hands and what happened and all that. And I see on the previous hands, there were like 6, 7, 9 bankers in a row. Before that, 3 players. Before that, 1 player, 1 banker. Before that, 1 player, 3 bankers, 3 players. So basically, it was like perfectly symmetrical, and it looked like it was going to be 2 more bankers if you go by the symmetry that was already up there, which we know every hand is independent. And it was not one of the last 2 hands of the shoe, so it's not like someone did some, god-awful, take forever counting of Baccarat to play the last hand or 2. It wasn't like that. It was early in the shoe, maybe 35 or 40 hands in. And so everybody bet banker because it looked like it was going to be 2 more bankers to be symmetrical. And this guy walks up to the table, Indian guy, and he bets a big stack on player, and he bets a big stack on the bonus. Well, I didn't know how much these stacks were because he had mixed purple and black and green and everything. So they play out the hand, and player ends up winning. So everybody loses but this guy. 6-2 player, which means it's also 1-1 on the bonus. So they start counting it down. He had 500 on the bonus, which is ridiculous, and he had 5,200 on the player. So he won $5,700 on that hand, and then proceeds to go directly to the roulette table, and he's pounding away over there. But you know what happens in the long run with people like that. I just thought that was so ridiculous. It was everything he had. His entire stack he put on that one hand, and it worked out for him. At this point, I'm still watching the table. I decide just to take a walk and come back. So I take a 2-minute walk through the high limit slots and then come back to see if they'd fanned the cards out. And I see a guy had sat down and they gave him a new shoe. So it was the beginning of the shoe. I didn't know if I wanted to sit with him or not, but I saw it as an opportunity to back count a little bit. Started back counting, went up to like a running 4 immediately, then fell down to like a running 2. The guy asked me if I wanted to sit down, and I decided, I guess I'll sit down. I mean, I was going to count a little bit longer, and if that one didn't work out, maybe walk away and come back. But since it was slightly positive, I played it. And about halfway through the shoe, I'm ahead like $900, and the count's going up. And I'm raising my bets. I get $400 bet, $500 bet out there. I get splits and doubles and all this stuff all the way through the end of the shoe. And by the end of the shoe, I'm only up $1,000 after all those hands at such a high bet. And I basically made $100 after all that. But I ended up walking away from that table plus $1,000, and I didn't play any slots. And I'm moving on to another casino, and we're going to see what happens here. And then from there, we're going to decide if we're going to head back to the original casino for the day or play some more in this area. So letting you go for now, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. All right. Went to that place and went right to the high limit blackjack area, sat down, and the table was closed. I was told that this place would be open an hour before I got here, and it seemed like it had always been. And I got there, I saw 2 dealers at 2 different blackjack tables. I sit down, and I look, and her till is still covered up. Her rack is still covered up. So, all right, well, I guess I'm going to take another lap and look at slots. So, went out, and I had only looked at like 1 or 2 slots. I basically went straight back to blackjack first. So I took a lap, found 2 different machines to play. One of them I made $4. One of them I made $14. So it's pretty non-eventful. I ended up ahead $18 on slots. I went back there again, and the table was finally open. Played there for a little while, and had a pretty good time there. Nothing really outrageous going on. The place before this, that's where all the outrageous stuff was going on. Did I even mention the guy that was back there? I'll review, and then I'll add maybe to it. So anyway, I ended up playing blackjack as well. I ended up ahead $550 on the blackjack, 18 on the slots. I'm going to review the last segment. I'll be right back. All right, so I had forgotten to tell you this story. So not at this last place I went to, but the place before it. The guy I was sitting next to that invited me to sit down next to him, that guy was playing very oddly. Right off at the beginning of a shoe, he had 2 6s against a 4 and didn't hit him. Instead, didn't split him, he hit it and ended up busting. He had a 14 against an 8 and he stayed. Very odd the way that he was playing. He made a lot of mistakes. Ace 7 against a 10 and he stayed. Ace 6 against a 10 and he stayed. What else? 16 against an 8. Some people can make a case for that, but not really. But he was just an awful player, and everybody knew him. And he was betting 100 on the blackjack hand with a $5 tip, and $5 on between 5 and 15 on the bonus hand with a $5 tip. So he's giving away 20% or 15% of his bet on every single hand, and that's why you don't make money. Plus the way he's playing, I didn't really focus on everything that he did, but I'm almost thinking that he was playing a non-bust blackjack, no-bust blackjack, where anything over a 12 you stay. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it seems like he hit hands over 12, so I don't know what was going through his mind. I guess he was just going by his gut, which you know how well that works. So, anyway, right now I am going to stop and get gas because I am on fumes, and fumes don't get me very far. So I'm going to stop and get gas, and then we're going to move on to the next casino and see what we can get done there. I'm feeling like I want to get something to eat right here, since I'm going to stop for gas anyway. Stop and grab something to eat, and then move on from there. So, letting you go for now, and I'll be back to update you shortly. Alright guys, I am back. Leave it up to me to find the story and everything. So, I should do like this little, I was just thinking, I should do this little corner, call it like MW's Food Corner, and it could be like on, I think it was the Cleveland show, where they asked the weatherman, what's the weather going to be today? And he's like, it's going to be cold. And, you know, just something like that. And you could be like, hey, MW, what'd you have for lunch today? Peanuts, you know. Anyway. Oh, God. All right. All right. So I'm going to fill up, right? I'm getting some gas. I'm down to like 5 miles range. I find a gas station like right there, and it's X amount per gallon. I pull up to it, and I see the one next to it is a penny cheaper. So what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the hole-in-the-wall place that's a penny cheaper instead of the ordinary looking safe gas station. So I fill up, and I'm like, huh, looks like they have food in here too. They got burgers, they got hot dogs. Excuse me. Let's go in there and see what they got. So I walk in, I take a look, and they got this nice looking burgers. I'm like, I think I'm gonna.
There's a speed trap ahead.
Excuse me. There's a speed trap ahead. Better be careful out there. So this burger, and I didn't find out till later on, it actually has 2 pieces of meat on there. It's got a really nice big bun, beautiful bun, 2 pieces of beef, 2 different kinds of cheese, sauteed onions, lettuce, tomato, pickles, 2 pieces of mozzarella sticks, 2 mozzarella sticks, ketchup, and mayo. Oh Lord, that was really, really good. So I get that. That thing was $9. It was a bargain, honestly. I'm a cheap guy, but this burger was a bargain. So you got like more than a half pound of beef, probably. Let's say a half pound of beef. 2 nice crunchy mozzarella sticks that are like liquefied inside. It was so nice, so beautiful. Anyway, got my gas, got my food, ate it in the car in about 2.8 seconds, and I'm continuing on to my next place. And maybe I'll do a food corner. I'm going to think about it here. Maybe we will, maybe not. What did you eat today, MW? I had a double cheeseburger with Swiss cheese, cheddar cheese, no, American cheese, Swiss cheese, and 2 mozzarella sticks, and a beautiful bun with sauteed onions. Beautiful. So, alright, moving on. I'll be back. Alright, guys. I am back. So, well, into this place. This is the place that had the must hit by, and I'm tired of looking at this damn machine now. Oh, man, it's still not there. So, wasting time. I'm glad I came this direction today because I made good money, but this machine is still right where it was. It went up $2 more from this morning, but still not there. So I got a decision to make. Tomorrow I was heading off to a different area. I may come back to this area again. I hate to do that 3 days in a row and go to 5 casinos or 4 casinos 3 days in a row and play blackjack. You play with the same people, but I may have to do it. So I'm going to think about that. So I ended up walking around and seeing a friend there. We walked around and talked for a while and talked about different things that were happening in the casino and stuff. And really only found a couple of very short plays. I did find one really good play that fizzled out that could have been a fortune, but ended up not making any money. Yeah, it's I was on the right track too for a long time, and then all of a sudden, oh well. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for tomorrow. As for the weather, man, did it turn around. Right now it is 54 degrees. Really? Wow, that's amazing. 54 degrees outside. And again, wearing shorts. cloudy skies, nice and a lot of bright sun out though, but some clouds. Heading toward home, and I think we made over $9,000 so far this week. Got one day to go. Would love to finish it off in a positive way tomorrow. Tonight I'm going to be doing a lot of work for my job, catching up on stuff I should have been doing while I was in those casinos, and we'll see what happens with that. So right now I'm going to take a break, relax a little bit, and I'll be back with you. Alright guys, I'm back. I can't believe this week is going by so fast. I think we made $2,300 today, something like that. Good day, good week, and just got to cap it with tomorrow. And February will be starting off nicely, and hopefully the rest of the year continues to be good. So right now, still heading toward home, getting close to home. Temperature's still good, 52 degrees, a nice day. I'm going to get out and take down all the Christmas lights, and then take them inside, clean them all up, and get them packaged for the winter. That's going to be my day. So we're going to do that with the Christmas lights, and I'm going to focus 3 or 4 hours tonight on work. That should take me to about 10 or 11 p.m. Go to sleep, wake up early, and get our butt back out there and see what we can do. I did get a text from a guy who wants to go with me tomorrow. I doubt that he will. I think he's a little wishy-washy on it. He wants to be good at what we do, but he's one of these guys that just gambles, basically. So he's always doing the wrong thing at the wrong time, and he sees me and my friends doing well, and he just doesn't understand why, but he wants to tag along. But all he's going to see when he tags along is me looking like a degenerate and playing blackjack and doing slots and stuff like that, and he's not going to know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And he doesn't really know any machines. All he knows is, hey, look at that thing on the screen, that must mean it's going to pay. And he's wrong 99% of the time, as I've said before. So he says he wants to go with me tomorrow. I said fine, meet me early, 6 o'clock at this place. And he's like, well, I need you to come pick me up. And I'm not going to drive 40 minutes to go pick him up to take him with me on a 3.5 hour drive. It just doesn't make any sense for me. And what am I getting out of it? I hate to be like that, but I leave early and I come home late and I work hard to make the money that I make, and dragging him along and waiting for him to finish up at a casino or to do whatever the heck he's doing is not really in my favor. I really hate to be like that, but unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to tell him I can't pick him up. He's going to have to meet me at the designated place, or he's not going to be able to go because I don't have time to spend. So, all right. So, right now, plan for the next couple days. Tomorrow is going to. I don't have a choice. I'm going back to the same area again. I hate to do that. I feel it puts me at a little bit of risk that I normally would avoid by not going here again. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to check out that must-hit buy one more time, and it's probably going to be gone. But I have to give it a shot because over the weekend I'm not going to be able to go there. And Sundays, if I do go somewhere on Sunday, I never go that direction. It's too far. So I think tomorrow is going to pretty much be my last chance to make that work, and if it's not there, then it's not there. Like I said, we're probably at like 9,300 right now for the week. I'd love to make it a $10,000 week. I don't know how long it's been since I've had a $10,000 week, but we definitely need it. So it'll definitely make me feel a lot better. So that's tomorrow. Saturday, going to be at home taking care of stuff for the kids and all that. I have a bedroom upstairs that I'm going to be cleaning and sanding and painting, changing the color completely. I've already bought the paint, and I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, actually, or Saturday. Actually, I need to get a nice horsehair or camel hair brush, because those nylon brushes, they don't hold the paint as well, and they don't paint as well. So just a small brush for the edges and stuff. I'm sure I can find that on Amazon. So I'll paint that for some of my girls. And then Sunday, as much as my wife hates it, I know that, I'm only giving her a day and a half on weekends when I do this, but I'm afraid that I'm going to have to go somewhere again on Sunday. And my big day at work now is going to be shifting from Tuesday to Monday. So Monday will be my light day, because now we're meeting directly with our director instead of the manager. So I have to be there. I can't have excuses. So Monday is going to be pretty much shot, and I'll be moving more of my meetings to Mondays. So Monday will be my new Sunday. So that'll be the day that I can't do too much advantage play. Sunday night, I expect to go to 6 casinos, and then we'll see what happens from there. I mean, keep on going, I guess. Thank you, everybody, for everything. Thanks for your comments. If you have any questions or comments, it's mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you tomorrow.